This one? Good evening and welcome to the public hearing of the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. It is September 7th, 2021. It is 6:30 p.m. I call the public hearing to order. First order of business is Ordinance 2021-23, an ordinance to amend the City of Laverne zoning ordinance by changing the official zoning map for tax map 14-0, Group A, parcels 5.01, and portions of parcels 6 and 7 consisting of approximately 2.5 acres located at the north end of Humble Drive and the rear of 1517 and 1519 New View Street from an R3 high-density residential zoning district to an I2 heavy industrial zoning district. At this time, the podium is open. If anyone would like to come forward and speak on this matter, you're welcome to. Seeing nobody coming forward and speaking, we'll move on to item number 2, Ordinance 2021-24, an ordinance to amend the City of Laverne zoning ordinance by changing the official zoning map for a portion of tax map 15, parcel 13.01, consisting of approximately 0.89 acres located at the rear of 501 Murfreesboro Road from a C2 highway service commercial zoning district to a C3 neighborhood service commercial zoning district. Again, the podium is open. If anyone would like to come forward and speak on this matter, now is the time. Seeing no one, I will go ahead and close out the public hearing and adjourn till 7 o'clock with the Board of Mayor and Aldermen meeting. Good evening and welcome to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen meeting. It is September 7th, 2021. It is 7 p.m. Call this meeting to order. We do have a quorum. The prayer tonight will be led by Vice Mayor No, and the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Alderman Waldron. If everyone would please stand for the prayer and the pledge.
Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, we come before you on a beautiful evening in your world. Lord, we would ask that please put your hand down on our great nation. Lord, help with this pandemic. Help it make it go away. Give our doctors the strength to make things happen. Lord, we'd ask that you give this board the knowledge to help our citizens and our city. And we ask these things in your Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
With that, the first order of business is to approve the minutes from the August 5th, 2021 regular meeting.
Motion to approve.
A motion to approve from Alderman Coates. Is there a second?
I second.
Second from Alderwoman Honeycutt. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have the presentations. Right down here. Let's shift this around here so y'all can hear me. Each year, we recognize people in our city who have, whether it's for that year, whether it's for the last 5 years, 10 years, or most of their life, have served this city in a volunteer capacity in extraordinary ways. So tonight, we're going to recognize one person who's here. So Laura Davidson, can you come up, please? If everyone please welcome our Citizen of the Year. So, the City of Laverne Citizen of the Year Award is hereby granted to Laura Davidson for all of your hard work and dedication to serving the City of Laverne and leadership within the Box 100 organization and serving as chief for more than 10 years. You have served the city not just with box, but in volunteer capacities over so many years, more than a decade. So it's my honor to present you with the key to the city.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job.
Now you gotta stand here.
The key, right? Where's the key?
Now hand.
Put the band.
Jason, take the lead.
Yeah, you take the lead.
I hope it.
I don't know what to do with these people. Thank you.
Elliot. Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much.
We've got a couple of different people here also tonight. So, David Mcgowan, can you and your team come forward?
Don't bring in little ones.
Come on. We're not shy. You just saw me holding a baby. Bring them on up.
Future Park and Rec employees.
Come on, guys. So this is a Certificate of Outstanding Performance Award. This is to the entire department, and this is for all the outstanding work and planning for our annual 2021 Independence Day celebration, which I want to say is the largest that we've ever had for one, well over 4,000 people, and it went off seamlessly. And so the credit belongs to these men and women as well as the rest of the staff that helped to make that possible. So, David, this is for you and all of your team.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, boy.
That's right. Moving on to our department reports. Fire Department, Chief Beasley.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Aldermen. I trust that each of you have had an opportunity to look at the monthly numbers. I'd like to draw your attention to the number of runs we made for the month, 325. To our best recollection, that's a record number for the department. It's best of our research. Obviously, you can see over the past year it's the highest number. So we had a significant rise, about 68 runs more this month than we did last month. So the troops have been very busy, but we've maintained our response time level. So really, really proud of the way that they operate every day. You can see we've also been out working in pre-fire plans and some other stuff, and the training hours are pretty high as well. So unless y'all have any other questions.
Well, Chief, for me, it's just two kind of statements, and you can expound on those if you'd like to, but I'm noticing that as per current trends, our medical calls are still the highest for any calls, running about 79% of total calls.
Yes, sir, that's correct. And that's the trend across the country. You also see the increase of runs, I mean, from 190 to 258, just over that. And you see a number, COVID, one run for COVID last month and 32 for this month. And those are known COVID runs. So there's suspected others that were not probably marked that way, that had the symptoms, but that definitely matches the trend within Rutherford County, the state of Tennessee, and the nation.
Well, that was going to be my other comment, is that your COVID-19, as we've seen throughout the county with the massive increase, has gone up.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions or comments?
The fire trucks, like the ladder trucks, are they getting 5 or 6 years old? How they been holding up, like with maintenance and stuff? Have they been needing more maintenance, or how they been doing?
No, sir, I believe right now we're trending about where we were last year this time. So looking at the numbers, and we've actually put in place some better tracking so we can look at that each month. And so, for the number of runs that we're making, we're surviving that.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Moving on to the Police Department. Chief Davis.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Aldermen, I submitted Police Department's crime summary for the month of August. As you can see, some things I want to point out. Motor vehicle thefts, we had 14 for the month of August, with 13 of those 14 vehicles were left unlocked. So I still encourage people to make sure that they're locking the vehicles every night. Also, we're still trending upwards with our domestics, which encompasses assaults, threats, and all in that. So that's why that number is like it is. Also, another number that's alarming this month, we did have 5 overdoses. We didn't lose anybody, but we did have 5 people that we did respond to. Fire department probably have that number as well too, in their run totals as well. Any questions?
Chief, can you talk to me about the number of weapons that have been stolen from vehicles?
Yeah, this month, there was one weapon that was stolen out of one of the unlocked vehicles. Also, as you can see, that there was a 19% increase in vehicle thefts from motor vehicles this month as well too. So that we definitely not only lock your vehicles, but also take your valuables out of your cars when you go inside as well too.
And the number that's standing out to me is recovered stolen vehicle.
Yes, we recovered 9, which makes 56 for the year. So that comes from officers being proactive out on the road. Also, we do have our license recognition program up and running now, so we're getting some hits from that as well too. So that number will probably get even higher as more officers have access to that system. Right now, we're just still in our beginning phases of that too.
Well, year to date, having recovered 56 and having a total of 30 stolen, that's at least we're recovering more.
Yes,
than what's
we
being
are.
taken.
And this 56 is not necessarily Laverne citizens. This is just cars that's recovered by our agency overall. We did recover, if I'm not mistaken, one last week. There was a vehicle that was stolen that when they recovered the vehicle had some items stolen from a deputy's car out of Montgomery County too. So, yeah. Those happen.
Any other questions or comments?
14 vehicle thefts and 13 of them was left unlocked.
Correct. Which that happens every month. It's always at least one that broken window, but the rest unlocked doors.
Is a lot of the recovery done on just general pullovers of traffic violations?
Most of them are. There are some that officers do have to pursue, but the most are from traffic violations and, like I say, officers being proactive out on the road.
Thank you.
And then this month, we also sworn a new officer. Is that right?
We were, but he had called in sick, so.
No, another one, Megan.
Yes, we did. Megan Hall, she graduated from the academy, and we swore her in earlier this month, or maybe it was even the end of last month, but she's in her last phase of field training, and also we have 5 guys that's in the academy now that'll be finishing at the end of this month, so we'll have some more sworn in. So we're moving to getting back to full capacity at the police department. So
Wonderful.
we're moving that direction.
It's good to hear.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you, Chief. Moving on to the Parks and Recreation Department. Mr. David Mcgowan, welcome back.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Board, thank you. You guys have the parks numbers in front of you for this past month. You see some of the projects there. We're gonna skip down to the past events. It was annual Howl at the Moon 5K. We didn't pull that off last year due to the COVID. The year before, our numbers were kind of down. We're kind of excited about the trend that we've got going now. We had 150 registered, 127 actually showed up. Our goal next year, 150 was our goal this year, so we're kind of pumped about where that went. 200 is probably our goal next year. We'd like to see that to continue to grow. We had a good turnout, even moving it back to August. It was previously in August in the past. I think we moved it to October once or twice. The numbers weren't there. We had pretty good turnout, so I think we're going to try keeping it at the end of August. You can see some of our upcoming events. September 17th, Old Timers Day Festival opening concert. That's at Friday night, 7 o'clock. Resurrection, it's a Journey tribute band. Be on the football field. September the 18th, that Saturday, is actually our Old Timers Festival. Upcoming meetings, September 20th, Parks and Rec. September 20th, Historical Preservation. And September 16th is Senior Center Advisory. OTF, not this weekend, but the next weekend. Like I said, it starts out Friday night on the football field, kickoff concert. The parade will start Saturday morning, 10 a.m. here at City Hall and at the park. Saturday on the main stage, we have Phoenix Rising, supposed to take the stage around 11:30. The Road West Band will take the stage approximately 2 o'clock. That's like a traditional country cover band. Eagle Maniacs will finish the night off at 7 p.m. All this will take place on the football field. Grand Marshals this year are Donnie and Teresa Fergus. Some of our displays will have steam engines, tractors, pace car from the super speedway is going to be on site. Demonstrators, we have blacksmith, wood splitting, glass art workshop, and Donnie Fergus will be there cooking his beans over an open fire. Some of the activities, axe throwing, we've got the trackless train, the agility test from the fire department, and we'll have some cornhole boards, several sets out for people to participate in that. Kids Zone, we'll have a petting zoo with pony rides, several inflatables, spider jump. We will have tractor races, football toss, disc toss, hula hoop toss, and a ball in a basket. Library will also be there having craft activities. All this is Saturday, Veterans Memorial Park. Parade will get there. We anticipate around 11, opening remarks somewhere between 11 and 11:30. Any questions?
I was checking my calendar, and usually Old Timers Day fall on the same weekend as the Red Bowling Springs Car Show, and it always rains out on the Red Bowling Springs Car Show, but
It's not going to happen this year.
I think this year, Old Timers comes the week after. It's always, Red Bowling Springs is always the weekend following Labor Day, so maybe that would be a good sign for pretty weather.
Well, hopefully we're over that hump. This year, July 4th turned out pretty well. Our race turned out pretty well. We're hoping for good weather on OTF. Mild temperatures like today would be perfect. You know, several years ago, we had it in 1st of October. It's probably 95 degrees out. We've had it mid-September before, and it'd be 50 degrees. So it's kind of hit or miss.
Yeah,
I think we can deal with the temperature as long as the rain stays out.
The last 10 years, I think the Red Bowling Springs thing, the weekend after Labor Days, out of the last 10 years, it's got rained out 8 times. So I was good to see it following on the 17th.
Well, we do
that's a
have
good day.
event insurance, but we prefer not to use that. So we're praying for good weather.
David, I just want to say, again, amazing job with all of it. I was part of the meeting this morning for the Old Timers Festival. Amazing job to you and your staff for getting this together. And Old Timers Day isn't just situated just to Parks and Rec, because it takes so much from police, fire, everybody. Miss Juliet is even working a booth. So it's definitely a team mentality, and I've been seeing that straight through. So props to you and your team.
Well, and I'd have to give all the credit to them, because it's not something that just takes place, you know, that week. This is 12 months preparation. So once this one's over, we'll start working on the next one. So yeah, without that crew, they make it possible.
I will say, because I know I was out with the 5K, and a lot of fun. I was talking to some people who came all the way from Indiana. And so this is definitely becoming a popular 5K. They were staying here in Laverne at a hotel, so it helps the economy as a whole. Lots of fun. Didn't hear anything bad from anyone, except for the way some of the numbers were called. Kathy.
We're gonna throw her in the bus. We did have a couple of minor glitches, nothing, not on her part. It was just, you know, part of it. You get that, so many people out there, something, you try to prepare for what's going wrong. When you prepare for that, they throw you something else. So
But
all in all, it was a good night.
definitely want to invite the board. Join me next year. I've run it just about every year that we've had it. It's a lot of fun. You can get out there, whether you're walking, running, jogging. You can go at your own pace.
David, for folks that might be watching home, can you tell us what time the parade will start and the direction that it will be going?
The parade will start here at City Hall at 10 a.m. and should be at the park. It'll go down Murfreesboro Road, turn on Floyd Mayfield into Veterans Park. Usually roughly an hour, some give or take 10 or 15 minutes. I think last year we probably got done quarter till. Knock on wood, good weather, you know, it'll start at 10. I think one year, several years ago, we might have pushed it till 10 till 10 just to try to beat the weather. So we're not gonna have that this year.
And Bruce will be on the train first, and as he rides by the axe throwing, he'll throw the first axe.
That's correct. That's our plan anyway.
And on the lineup for the parade, I think the parade starts at 10, but I think they really want the people to be there lined up for about 9.
I believe the police chief would prefer people that are in the parade to start being there by 7 or 8 o'clock at the latest. Yeah, because
I
you're
know
always
that-
gonna have those stragglers that come in at the last minute. And I think it just makes it easier on his staff. The sooner you get there, we realize there's gonna be a lot of waiting, so we try to accommodate everybody. But the sooner you can get there, the better. It just makes it easier on them, and they're not scrambling at the last minute.
I know the rescue squad usually have the country ham breakfast that morning. I think they open at 6, so, I think they want the people get there early, get time to line up. They're gonna have the, porta potties there for restrooms. I know in years past that's been a issue, but
They will be here on site. There will be 2 here on site at City Hall location. The bathrooms at the ball field will be open. When they get to the park, we will have approximately 6 or 8 more there. All 3 complexes, bathrooms will be open, football field, softball complex, and U-Trip in the front.
But here at City Hall, they're gonna have some facilities here.
Not in City Hall, no, sir. City Hall will not be open,
I
but
know,
there
but
will be.
on the premises?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
I think you can tell from everybody's statements, David, I think everybody's excited.
We're looking forward to it. We've got a good lineup. We've got good vendors. You know, I think everybody's been at home tied up. Last year we had a good turnout, and that may have turned the road for us. People had a good turnout. They enjoyed themselves, so now they want to come back. So we've got it set up. We're going to utilize the whole trail again, kind of keep people spread out. Our staff will have hand sanitizers throughout the park. All bathrooms will be open. We're going to try to keep distance between everybody. We encourage everybody to be safe. So we hope you come out and have a good time.
Anyone else have anything?
I hate to bring it up, but I think it's important for me and you is sound, everything okay with sound? For the concert, the sound system?
Oh, it is, well, since Vice Mayor brought it up, we're going to hit on it real quick. Last year, we were very fortunate. Well, I say we were fortunate. Everybody else don't think they were fortunate. Everything was shut down, so we had the sound guy from one of the touring bands here in town kind of helped us out. Kind of spoiled us because we've always had issues with our sound system in the past. Everybody sang his praises. We had him online again this year. Unfortunately, he passed due to the COVID several weeks ago. And just to show what a friend he is to the city and our department, before that happened, he reached out to his partner earlier in that week and said, you make sure you take care of those guys. So the very next day, his partner called and said, you know, I was told to call you guys. We've got you covered. Don't worry about it. Which is a good feeling for us, but then again, it's also apprehensive for us because we were kind of leaning on him, you know, the known instead of the unknown. So say a prayer for his family, Steve Kimbrough, here in town. Only knew him a year, met him last year, but he was the type of person that you could talk to and felt like you knew forever. So that loss kind of hit us hard just because those kind of people don't come along that often.
Absolutely.
So hopefully it'll work out. I think he's looking over us. I think he's got us taken care of. But if something falls through, we won't talk too bad about him. He's a good man.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Moving on to Finance Department. Phyllis Rogers.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Aldermen. Before you have the July financial report. We're only 1 month into the year, so don't have a lot of comparison or any fluctuating numbers. Sales tax is still holding good for the first month. The second page is various bank accounts balances, and then third page is comparison to prior year. And just a little brief summary of that. And revenues are down this year because last year we had gotten a direct appropriation from the governor, and we only got part of that this year, so that's the main reason why the revenues are down a little bit, and the expenses are up. A lot of that is because we paid for some equipment that we had budgeted for in the prior year. Other than that, everything else is running pretty much on track. Any questions?
Thanks, Phyllis.
Mayor, if I may, also in your reports is the report on debt obligation, the CTO 253. That's just for information purposes only. There's no action required, but that is for the recent bond issues that we had.
Thank you, Bruce. Moving on to the library, Miss Donna Bebout.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Aldermen, good evening. For the month of August, you can see our statistics there. Our attendance is wavering a little bit on the higher side, 2,414, and our new patron cards were 85 in August, so we were excited about that. Tonight I wanted to touch on a little bit about the library. If you notice, there's a sign that says, "We're open to serve you, no appointment needed." In this day and time, so many businesses and so many public entities are closed for certain hours that you don't really know whether they're open or closed or what's going on. We want our patrons to know that we are open. We're open safely. We have our hand sanitizers. We sanitize every morning and every evening. We are wearing our mask. We are making sure that our patrons are safe, and we clean the books. Every book and every item that comes in is wiped down and sanitized and left to dry, and then it's shelved. And it takes a team to do that, but we're doing it. So some of the things that I'd like for our patrons to know what you can do when you come to the library. You can browse the shelves. You can check out up to 30 items. There's new releases, there's bestsellers, there's current and trending nonfiction. We have a very inviting children's area. There are great homeschool resources. We have an impressive DVD selection. Thank you to Mayor Cole. We have 25 patron computers, Wi-Fi availability. We fax, we copy. We assist you in scanning. We're a little bit like Kinko's. We have a fun parent-teacher lab, and I couldn't describe it to you. You just got to come see it. And most important, we have a very welcoming environment and a very helpful environment. Now, on the other side, those of you who still feel that you're not quite ready to come into a public building, but you do need those books, you do need those DVDs, we still have Curbside Pickup. The library staff is happy to accommodate our patrons with continued Curbside Pickup. Items may be reserved online or by calling your library, and you'll be notified when the items are ready for pickup. When you arrive at the library, just give us a call at 615-793-7303 and press 2 for circulation. We will deliver your items safely to you at your car. And returned items can be placed in our outside drop box. So please feel free to use our curbside. That also goes for our take and make crafts. We have a schedule of all the crafts that we have that you can come in and take home to make. If you would like one curbside, we can bring it to you. Another thing we're real excited about is our Tennessee driver license kiosk that's at our library, and the kiosk is available during regular library hours. And I have to say, the support that we have had has been tremendous. Anytime that we have black screened, they have had us back up as soon as possible. If I need something, they're out there. They're bringing driver's manuals. We actually have the driver's manuals books, and also for motorcycles. Now that's a rare, rare thing. It's like gold to us, so we divvy them out, but if you need them, come in and get them. And last, our Laverne Public Library Board meeting will meet Monday, September the 13th at 5 p.m. here at City Hall. Do you have any questions?
I've seen a lot of good comments on social media about the kiosks, and it's doing
Good.
good. I like it.
Right.
Anyone else?
Glad to see we're finally having a meeting scheduled Monday the 13th. Hopefully nothing will happen. And is the turnout for the kiosk, is it picking up steadily?
It is picking up. It's kind of hard to say how many we've had because we're busy and they'll come on in and use it, but we definitely have seen it begin to pick up.
I know everywhere I go in Laverne, it's always a positive feedback on Laverne Library.
Good.
Y'all people friendly and do an excellent job with the first class library and staff.
Thank
I
you.
want to thank y'all for I've been on the council, I think, over 15 years, and I don't remember ever getting a complaint on the library. So that's saying something by itself right there. And thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Ms. Donna, we appreciate everything you do. I know I've gotten a lot of questions about people asking if the driver's license kiosk can do this or that, and I'm directing them right down there because most of the
Good.
time it can. So now y'all are going to be at Old Timers Day as well, aren't you?
Yes, we are. I forgot that. I want everyone to come to the library tent. We are going to be bringing a few pictures and historical documents from our history room to have out on display. And then we also have 3 great crafts that the children can come over. It's their make and take there at the Old Timers Festival. And then one of our staff members, part-time, who is a retired school teacher, taught science, and she's going to do a few little science experiments with the children. So we're real excited about that.
That's awesome. It's great to hear. Does anyone else have any questions? Thank you,
All
ma'am.
right, thank you.
Moving on to the water treatment plant. That'd be Mr. Daniel Campbell.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Board, you have our report in front of you. The Laverne Water Treatment Plant treated 125.9 million gallons of J. Percy Priest Lake water and delivered 106.6 million gallons. That's an average of 4.3 million treated and 3.4 million gallons a day delivered to the community. We had one new hire in August, and Nicholas Huntsman started on the 4th of August. He's doing a really good job picking up a new career, new job. Infomark continued their flushing program, and we've currently completed roughly 60% of the program itself, flushing just under 3.5 million gallons. A couple things that went on during the month of August: we installed the new circuit board into the filter for rewash valve. While doing that, we noticed that the stem had stopped working again. We think the shear pin may have broke once again. Haven't been able to get into the weir box to confirm that. We also noticed that the isolation valve for that filter was leaking as well once that filter was taken out of line. So we did have the valve rep out last week, and they were able to look topside at it. We were able to drain the weir box down, look at it. A couple other valves are leaking, so in the near future, our plan is to take the old side offline once system demand allows us to take half the plant offline so that we can investigate the valve stem and the valves as well. We also had MR systems out for the Ross valve for high service pump number 5. At the beginning of the month, they did determine that we have lost programming in the controller, so it needs a new PLC, and they're searching for that part as we speak. So that's about it. Any questions?
Yeah, I was aiming to bring this up a couple months ago, but in my house, I got like a styrofoam coffee cup in the kitchen and the restaurant. When I only thing I use it for to get water out of the spigot and rinse my mouth out a lot of times after I brush my teeth. I've noticed a real light pink stain on the bottom. And I'm probably gonna bring that cup and let you look at it.
Okay.
Would you know what's causing that?
We have had elevated manganese in the raw water, so it could be due to that. Please bring in the sample. We're happy to test it and let you know.
Well, I got the cup, you know.
Yeah.
I bring the cup and, you know, this has happened not over a period of time, you know. But I've been able to bring that up, bring the cup down there to you, but just never have done it. But I'll try to do it maybe next week.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, so we've noticed that there's, just like your questions with the permanganate, for the dosage of the permanganate, we've seen an increased level of manganese, so that could be causing it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Of the 6 items you've identified must be repaired within 6 months, any issues with getting that accomplished?
That is the rewash valve for number 4. It shouldn't be an issue because as soon as system demand allows us to take the old side of the plant offline, we'll be able to get into the weir box, fix the shear pin. That should be pretty simple. The valves are a different story. We've been working for quite a long time with the rep, with the city, with Griggs and Maloney as well, to try and set up the right time to get the contractors in to take a look at these valves as well. So, as well as the controller, the PLC, I think that just depends on how easy it is to get this part, because it's an older piece of equipment. It might be, we might try to do something different, couple different options that we might have with that. But it should be taken care of within 6 months.
Thank you.
Daniel, talk to us a little bit about the customer complaints for this month.
Yeah. We had 7 customer complaints for the month of August. 4 were complaints for low pressure. 1 complaint was for no water. 1 complaint was for a water leak that the customer had, and the other complaint was for high pressure. So the 4 water complaints for low pressure, they're typically their pressure reducing valve that are connected right outside their water meter. Those typically will, when they fail, they'll fail closed, limiting the amount of pressure that they have inside the residence. The complaint for no water was actually for an industrial building on Mason Road, that they were doing work at the facility, turned off the water. I think they were actually testing the backflow device. And then by the time our rep and I believe someone from Public Works as well went out there, by the time they got out there, the water was restored. So the water leak was actually someone's, I think it was a sewer water leak is actually what it ended up being on their property. They saw water. It ended up not being their drinking side. And the high pressure, I'm not 100% sure on exactly what that was. I can't quite remember, but I know it was for high pressure. The pressure was well within range.
Okay, and if people have any concerns about their water, they want any kind of a review of it or an analysis by your group, where do they call?
They can call 615-793-6536, option 2.
And if groups want to go through the water treatment plant for a tour,
Yes.
they can reach out to you guys as well?
Yes, sir. Same number.
Okay.
Daniel, I'm glad you brought up the pressure. I've been meaning to ask you this for a while. As you may or may not know, a lot of homes in Laverne do not even have pressure regulators. They just get what they get.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a state requirement how much PSI has to be pumped into a home?
It has to be above 20 PSI.
20 PSI.
Yes,
But
sir.
it can go a lot higher than fluctuate and come back down if they don't have a regulator.
Yes, sir. It depends on where they're located in regards to the tank itself or where they're receiving their water from. So the water leaving the plant leaves at roughly a max of about 114 PSI.
So if they're getting a minimum of 20 PSI without a pressure regulator, they're absolutely not gonna have any pressure.
Hypothetically speaking, yes, they would have trouble with their pressure. That being said, we have not come across anything remotely close to that lower limit.
Right, but I'm speaking,
Yes.
like you said, hypothetically. but
Yes.
It's best that they have a regulator.
For, the regulator is for higher pressure to keep their fixtures from breaking or whatnot. So typically where you're closer to the plant or lower elevations in comparison to the tanks. If it's not going, if they need pressure, then that would be more of a booster pump.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bringing up the water pressure valve. Now, the water pressure valve, that's would be installed by the resident. The city does not. That's two of the big questions I'm asked more about the water is if it's a leak from the meter to the house, that's the resident's responsibility. From the meter to the road, it's the city's responsibility. Is that might be a Michael. That's
yeah.
correct.
So
Okay.
anything from the meter to the house, yeah, so
But
after.
most of your pressure valves is on the resident side of the water meter, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
The city does not install them. That's a resident responsibility.
Correct. So we'll go out as water treatment staff, or if it's one of Mike's guys, if we don't get the opportunity, if we work together for it, we'll go out there, we'll assess the situation, check the pressure. It's typically that valve because they do tend to fail closed, so they'll, regulate the pressure.
But all new construction in the last, 10, 15, 20 years, the city requires the developer to install that, right? The builder, okay. So if the house don't have one, it's an older house. Older house. And then the grinder pumps. There was an issue a few years back about who's responsible for the grinder pumps. Is the city still responsible, or what's the deal on it? I get that asked a lot. That's probably a Michael question.
Yes, sir, I'll come on up beside Danny. Yes, sir, we are responsible for the grinder pumps themselves. We are not responsible for the tank or the lid, and we are not responsible from the line to the house to the ball valve, check valve at the right of way. So similar as the water meter.
But it was an issue a few years back, if a person puts the grease constantly in there and it's a constant problem, then it's the resident's responsibility. If it's a constant,
If we have someone that is abusing the system, if you will, we send them a $75 fee that's added to their water bill.
but on generally, if the grinder pump, the lights blinking on the house, they call and the city comes out there and they respond.
Yes, sir, we respond, we'll troubleshoot it.
For the grinder pump, at the grinder pump to the street now, from the grinder pump to the house is the residence.
Homeowner's
Same as the water meter.
Yes, sir, correct.
Okay. I get that asked a lot, and that's I thought I was telling the right information, but I wanted to make sure. But on the grinder pumps, I tell them if you're abusing the system and they keep having to coming out 3 or 4 times a year, there might be an issue with that.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I was telling them correct.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Michael.
bringing that up too about the pressure reducing valves, because we get that question as well, so thank you.
Thank you, Danny.
Thank you.
Moving on to the consent agenda. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve from Alderwoman Honeycutt. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderman Coates. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Moving on to new business. First reading ordinance 2021-23, an ordinance to amend the City of Laverne zoning ordinance by changing the official zoning map for tax map 14-0, Group A, parcels 5.01, and portions of parcels 6 and 7, consisting of approximately 2.5 acres located at the north end of Humble Drive and at the rear of 1517 and 1519 New View Street, from a R3 high-density residential zoning district to a I2 heavy industrial zoning district. This received an unfavorable recommendation from the Planning Commission on July 27th, 2021. I need a motion to approve or deny.
Make a motion.
Make a motion to deny.
I have a motion to deny from Vice Mayor No. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderman Coates. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving on to number 6, first reading ordinance 2021-24, an ordinance to amend the City of Laverne zoning ordinance by changing the official zoning map for a portion of tax map 15, parcel 13.01, consisting of approximately 0.89 acres located at the rear of 501 Murfreesboro Road, from a C2 highway service commercial zoning district to a C3 neighborhood service commercial zoning district. This received a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission on July 27, 2021. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderman Coates. Is there a second?
Second for discussion.
Have a second from Vice Mayor No.
Is this the daycare?
No, sir. This
Well,
is,
I guess I got lost on it. I tried to keep up with the planning commission. What is this?
so this is, and if you have your packet here in front of you, this is the area right behind KFC at the corner
Oh,
of
this
near
is the one that
Shriveman.
we explained the C2, C3 thing. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
So this is the
I know what.
paved area and the open area between the townhomes and KFC.
I'm
Any other questions? Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. First reading ordinance 2021-25, an ordinance to amend Title 8, Chapter 1 of the Laverne Municipal Code regarding intoxicating liquors - package stores. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderman Coates. Is there a second?
I second.
Second from Alderwoman Honeycutt. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. First reading ordinance 2021-26, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2020-2022 general fund budget. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderwoman Honeycutt. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Vice Mayor No. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. First reading ordinance 2021-27, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2021-2022 drug fund budget. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderman Coates. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderwoman Honeycutt. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. Resolution 2021-21, a resolution to acquire easements for the Upper Cheney Woods Interceptor Sewer Line Project by eminent domain. Need a motion to approve or deny?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Vice Mayor No. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderman Coates. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. Resolution 2021-22, resolution to authorize the mayor to enter into a contract for the sale and lease of the stormwater building located at 5175 Murfreesboro Road. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderwoman Honeycutt. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second from Alderman Coates. Alderman Waldron.
No.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution 2021-23, a resolution to authorize the mayor to enter into a contract for the sale and lease of the Public Works facility located at 148 International Boulevard. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderman Coates. Is there a second?
I second.
Second from Alderwoman Honeycutt. Alderman Waldron.
No.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution 2021-24, a resolution authorizing the City of Laverne to participate in the Public Entity Partners Safety Partners Matching Grant Program. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderwoman Honeycutt. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Vice Mayor No. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution 2021-25, a resolution authorizing the City of Laverne to participate in the Public Entity Partners James L. Richardson Driver Safety Matching Grant Program. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Vice Mayor No. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderwoman Honeycutt. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution 2021-26, a resolution of the City of Laverne Board of Mayor and Aldermen to declare property owned by the city to be surplus to the city's needs and directing disposal of the same. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderwoman Honeycutt. Is there a second? Second from Alderman Waldron. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution 2021-27, a resolution to authorize the mayor to execute severance agreements. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Make a motion to approve?
Have a motion to approve from Alderman Coates. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderwoman Honeycutt. Alderman Waldron.
Abstain.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Moving on to 17, appoint or remove board and committee members. First, we have the Laverne Industrial Development Board. We've got 3 terms expiring October 1st, 2021. All 3 members would like to stay on this board. So I need a motion and a second to reappoint these people.
Make a motion to reappoint?
Okay, as submitted.
As submitted, sorry, as submitted.
I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Moving on to the Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee, we've got 2 terms vacant. We've got 1 person having applied to that. That is Dallin Forbes. Appoint him to the board. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Last but not least, we have 1 vacancy with the Senior Citizens Advisory Committee. And we have 1 applicant, a Wendy Berry. So I will appoint her to that board. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And then last, we've got number 18, motion to approve a master services agreement and statement of work with First Main Street Insurance, LC, for the design, management, and administration of insurance and self-insurance programs for the City of Laverne. I'll make a motion to accept as submitted with the review and approval of changes that the city attorney has recommended. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second from Alderman Coates.
Discussion.
Yes.
What did he,
There's some language that he modified and submitted back to the company, just normal stuff that he would, to protect the city, and we have not heard back from them yet. So the way that my motion is basically if they do agree to that, then it would go on, it would go through. If they don't, then it would come back before this board again.
okay.
Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
I vote aye. Motion passes. Moving on to mayor and alderman comments. Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Just want to remind everybody about Old Timers Day coming up next weekend, the 18th. Like to congratulate Laura and Parks and Rec on some well-deserved recognition. Also, I want to give a shout out to Chief Davis and his department with traffic in Lake Forest. It's been a big change having them out there, and it's helped a whole bunch. So thank you to you and your guys and gals for that. And as always, thanking PD and Fire for what they do every day. Thank you, guys.
Alderman Waldron.
I want everybody to keep in their prayers, everybody in Humphrey County, for the disaster with the flood. The pictures I've been seeing on the news has been devastating. I hope Laverne don't experience anything like that. And, let everybody remember Saturday, September the 17th at 6 a.m., the Laverne Rescue Squad unit is having a country ham breakfast at the Laverne Rescue Center on Gamble Lane. That's Old Timers Day. That's something that's been going on for years and years, and hope to have a good day for everybody. Maybe to cool off a little bit and have a great day. And I know everybody is tired of me saying this, and I'm almost blue in the face for saying it, but people needs to watch out for the big yellow school buses. They're out. We're not used to them. I know I've caught myself not paying attention, but the school kids is on the side of the road and the buses is out, so be aware. I know I've caught myself 2 or 3 times not paying attention. And make sure your pets have fresh water and ample shade. As the weather's cooling down, it's the perfect time to winterize your house. The cold weather's gonna be here before you know it, so winterize your house. And that's appreciated, and that's it.
Alderman Coates.
Looking forward to everyone coming out and seeing everybody at Old Timers Day. Look forward to that. Hope the weather holds out. And just like to encourage citizens to please lock the cars up if they would. It would help the police department out. As we mentioned in the police report, leaving cars unlocked is not a good thing in this day and age.
Vice Mayor No.
Got nothing.
Well, again, I look forward to seeing everybody out at this year's Old Timers Festival. It should be a great time, lots of live music, crafts, events, vendors, some good food, wonderful parade. I know the kids will be lined up along the side looking for candy. So look forward to next month whenever we can get some items on the agenda to start pushing forward on doing some work with Fergus Road and making some improvements. I know after our workshop, several residents have reached out to me, very excited about the changes that are being proposed. So with that, call this meeting adjourned.